Well, thank you, Vrunda, and a great evening to all of you. I'm very glad that finally we could bring this dream to the reality because I believe that Pradeep and myself, we started working almost about 2 years ago, and I was inspired by a theme called Peace Through Service. And ever since then, we started thinking about taking up this peace mission and probably designing a symposium whereby we can pass this message across to more masses than simple little clubs and the Rotarians. And I hope that our mission is just started. Resolutions have been made. Most of the Rotarians, students, all those who participated in the symposium will take this further. But then let me share with you what we did this year and how we experienced sharing peace, or rather offering peace to others. I think people have talked about the theoretical parts. Probably somebody said how it can be done. Probably said this is what should be done. And I'll tell you some of the stories now, what we have done. Ethiopia is one of the backward countries. We realized one day that if somebody suffers from cataract or the avoidable blindness, the country thinks that that person is not useful to live anymore. That's the kind of backwardness they have. And can you guess what is the figure of these kind of people in Ethiopia? We made a statistical survey and found out it was 650,000 citizens of Ethiopia suffering out of cataract, not really, they're almost on their way to go to the skies. And we requested our Rotary clubs to work over this. We have PDG Mohan Palisha who came forward, gave some ideas. Rotary International President, both from India, Rajendra Ji Sapu, as well as Honorable Kalyan Banerjee, gave some ideas, gave some directions to the project, and we designed the project of handing over 10 phaco emulsification machines through which we can give vision, we can give eyesight, and we can probably give life to all these 6.5 lakh citizens of Ethiopia. It was a dream, but it started happening. And when we shared it with all these great people, shared with the Rotary Foundation, believe you me that one of the clubs with a simple idea raised around $60,000 in a matter of 2 hours here in Pune. And then we got some support from 4 districts in Finland, madam, and 3 districts in Korea to make this dream come true. And I must share those great evenings that I had enjoyed this particular year. That evening we decided to take these machines and move up to Ethiopia. Along with the team of doctors, we were around 30 plus Rotarians when we left the Bombay airport. Ethiopian Airlines not only gave us 60% discount on the travel, but the director of Ethiopian Airlines came all the way to Bombay to see us off. And I asked him that why have you taken the pains all the way? And he says this is going to be a historical moment in my own life and in the life of my country. And so we all went there to Ethiopia. I do not know what destiny has it in mind, but it was a New Year day for Ethiopia when we landed there. And in a huge crowd in one of the grounds in Addis Ababa, I was invited to deliver a speech on the television in Addis Ababa about this project. A small district, 3131. Thanks to Rotary that I could get that opportunity to share my thoughts about humanity and serving humanity and probably offering peace to one of the countries. The next day was more memorable day. We gathered in a hotel, a Sheraton hotel in Addis Ababa. And I found that there was one person who arrived even half an hour before we could reach the venue. And when we reached the hotel, the lobby was full of people around. And I asked the lobby manager who this gentleman was. And somebody told me that he was the chief guest of the evening, the health minister of Ethiopia. So I went and greeted him. He just stood up, bowed down to me, and then he hugged me. And believe you me, when he hugged me, he was in tears. I do not know, I have never met a politician who shed tears like that. So he said, I asked him, what went wrong with you? And he said, Prashant, just a couple of hours from now, 6.5 lakh citizens of my country are going to get their eyesight back, are going to get their life back. And it did happen. In the function itself, he was very humid again in his speech. And he said these are the golden moments of his political career and political life. And then the Indian ambassador to Ethiopia also shared thoughts. And he compared this project with what Mahatma Gandhi did to Africa many years ago. So when we came back, my dear friends, what a great happiness and pleasure. We talked about that happiness from within the heart. This is what we enjoyed being in Rotary this year and through our projects of serving humanity. We came back home here and with my presidents, after the fellowship and dinner once in the evening, we were moving around the streets in Pune and found some hungry children crying there. We offered them money and they did not accept the money. And they said, sir, we don't need money. We didn't get food from morning. And then again I shared these things with my presidents that let's serve these street children with some different concept. We came out with this idea called Annadoot, a van which collects excess food while it moves across at 11 o'clock in the night in all the 3-star and 5-star hotels of Pune. And I'm sure and I assure you today that this van provides food to all the street children in Pune. And I don't think any street child sleeps in Pune without having food. I went on to Kurkum MIDC, which is a remote area, an absolute remote place. And it's a chemical zone. Every day about 100 to 200 workers, employees, suffer from some chemical actions. And by the time they are brought to Pune for treatment, they will have to leave they will have to get rid of their fingers or body parts or whatever it is. The wounds being increasing as far as its depth is concerned. What could be done? We thought we should set up some kind of a medical center here in Kurkum. And once I started thinking about it, I met a guy who was an officer of the MIDC office there in Kurkum. And I just asked him whether he can offer me some space which is already built. And what a surprise. He said yes to me. We got about 3,500 square feet of land, built land. And then I shared with my club in Kurkum MIDC what can be done out of this. And they said that, okay, sir, we'll take care of the development of the interior decoration or whatever is required. I talked to many doctors in my district and a few doctors came forward. Dr. Neha Kulkarni was a specialist on occupational health centers. And she said, we will design some different kind of occupational health center for this particular area and that space is good enough for it. And she offered, we have got a MOU done where the entire team of doctors are going to provide free medical service to all these employees for 7 years from this year. And that was not enough because we didn't have the whole setup. The furnishing was getting done. We have a mini operation theater there. We have 10-bedded ward there. We have doctor's room, nurse's room, a dispensing unit, everything absolutely spick and span to the world class. And then it was only the equipments we were waiting for. And on my way to the Kurkum MIDC once, I met this German guy, and what we shared equal amongst us was a Rotary pin on my jacket. And he saw my Rotary pin and he said, "Hey, are you a Rotarian?" I said, "I'm a district governor." And then he said, "What brings you here?" I told him that I'm designing a occupational health center which would serve around 200 employees getting injured every day. And if we can treat them almost all these days at a very meager price, I think that's what my efforts are. And he says, "Don't worry, Prashant, we will do it." So today, my dear friends, without a single penny from my pocket being spent for this project, we got all the equipment set up there from this German person who is still not put up his plant in Kurkum MIDC, just planning to do it. And then we also had this pharmaceutical company called Cipla, who is already, as you know, a leading pharmaceutical company of India. And whenever I used to go there, I used to actually have my food in their guest house. And while I was having my food with the director once, I told him that we are setting up this occupational health center right across the exit of your factory. Why don't you visit it once? And he said, "Prashant, you tell me what you want." I told him I need all the medicines. And believe me, he agreed to give me the medicines for the next 10 years free of cost. I don't know, I will probably be short of time if I keep on telling you all the stories that I have done. But wherever possible and whichever way possible, we have done this year more than 500 such projects, more than 500 such stories that I can share with, be it in various fields, whether giving medical support, whether giving economical development projects, doing it for our cities in Pune here or in Raigad. You know, somebody talked about the project of environment that we did. On the 1st of July, where my year started, the Chief Minister appealed that let us plant 2 crores of trees in the state of Maharashtra. And I told him that I will do at least 2 lakh trees in Pune and Raigad districts. Do you know what we did? We ended up planting 2,70,000 trees in Pune and Raigad districts. And today the count is around 5 lakh trees. We are number 1 in India in all these things. I think Aniruddha talked about literacy project. They wanted to do about 5,000 teachers across India for training of the teachers based on Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. And I'm very glad and proud, Aniruddha, that we did more than 10,000 teachers ourselves. 10,000 teachers trained in Pune itself. And that's a record, I believe, in India. And we are taking up the project of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan as well as Swachh Bharat more and more ahead. And what did we get out of this? I just asked many times the questions to myself, what are my Rotarians doing? Why are they doing? And the answer is only the peace. Sharing peace with each other, sharing happiness with each other. And I do not know how many Marathi people are here in the crowd, but I always share the poem written by Sane Guruji, which says, "Khara to ekachi dharma, jagala prem arpave." He talks about offering love and happiness to the entire world. And I think this was the purpose of getting along with this peace symposium today, yesterday and today. I am very glad that Dr. Vishwanath Karad gave a fantastic support to our dream. And it is a place of energy. I think each one of you must have realized it since yesterday. A place full of energy. And when you go back, that energy will definitely take you along these thoughts that we shared, that each knowledgeable persons from across different parts of the world came here and shared and guided you. And all these energies, these positive energies that you're carrying a way back home will make you work from within and serve the humanity at its best. Thank you and God bless you.